You can begin this very moment to assume something higher, truer, more aligned with divine favor. You can begin to act as if the stars are aligned for you, as if doors are opening that no one can shut, as if everything you need is already on its way, drawn by the gravity of your own belief. Do not wait for life to show you evidence before you believe. That is the way of the world, but not the way of the Spirit. The law is not see and then believe. The law is believe, and you shall see. This is the secret known by all who live uncommon lives. They do not wait for conditions to be perfect. They create those conditions by assuming them. They walk into rooms as if they belong. They approach opportunities as if they are already there. They carry a quiet confidence, not rooted in arrogance, but in the inner knowing that they are aligned with something greater than themselves. To assume you are the luckiest person in the world is not to deny reality. It is to reshape it. It is to go beyond appearances and choose a higher truth. You are not bound by your past. You are not defined by statistics, circumstances, or the judgments of others. You are defined by what you claim within. And when you claim divine favor, when you embody the feeling of being blessed, the world cannot help but follow suit. It has no choice. The world is clay. Your assumption is the hand that molds it. Every morning you rise is an invitation to create anew. Will you assume the worst out of habit, or will you dare to assume the best out of faith? Will you rehearse old disappointments, or will you imagine new beginnings? The choice is yours. And the moment you choose differently, the moment you say, I am not unlucky, I am divinely guided, I am fortunate beyond reason, I am the magnet for miracles, something begins to shift. You won't see it all at once, but slowly and then suddenly, life starts echoing back what you whispered to yourself in silence. And if doubt creeps in, and it will, return to the assumption. When fear knocks, answer with faith. When the old story returns, rewrite it. Stand guard over your inner world, for that is where everything begins. And once the seed of assumption is planted and nurtured with belief, life itself becomes the garden in which it blooms. What the world calls luck is often misunderstood, reduced to a roll of the dice, a twist of fate, a chance encounter that no one could have predicted. People admire it when they see it in others, envy it when it seems absent in their own lives, and speak of it as if it belongs to a chosen few. But luck, in its truest and most spiritual sense, is not a fluke. It is not reserved for the elite. It is the natural result of internal alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and assumptions are harmonized with a vision of good, of favor, of divine orchestration, what follows in your outer life feels effortless, surprising, even magical to others. Yet to you, it is not magic, it is law. It is the unfolding of what was first believed long before it was seen. To understand this is to step out of the world's chaos and into divine clarity. You begin to see that nothing in your life is truly random. You begin to look back and recognize that every lucky break was preceded by a moment where something shifted inside you. Maybe you felt a surge of confidence. Maybe you suddenly believed in yourself. Maybe you dared to imagine that good things were possible for you. In that moment, you were not simply hoping for a change. You were aligning with it. You stepped into agreement with the life you desired, and that agreement began to attract all the pieces necessary to make it real. That is alignment. That is what the world mislabels as luck. When you walk in alignment, your steps are guided, not by external forces, but by the quiet power of your own assumption. There is a spiritual current running beneath the surface of all things, and when you come into harmony with it, you are carried not by struggle, but by flow. You meet the right people at the right time. You receive unexpected news that opens new doors. You find yourself in places that seem too perfect to be planned, and the outside world watches and says, how lucky they are. But the truth is, you are not lucky. You are aligned. This alignment begins in the invisible realm of your own consciousness. It begins when you stop doubting that you are worthy of good, when you stop resisting your own desires, when you stop asking if it will happen and begin to live as though it already has. When your emotions, your self-talk, your imagination, and your expectations all move in the same direction, you become unstoppable. You no longer contradict yourself. You are no longer asking for one thing while expecting another.